Have you ever lost to the scholars mate in chess, either like this, losing the rook in the corner, or even like this, playing the first best move, but then losing to checkmate in one? Well, in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to win against it. It starts with e4, e5, queen to h5, and now you can develop your knight to c6. An alternative is bringing the queen out here or out here, but I recommend you bringing your knight out earlier. Now, they're gonna play bishop to c4, attacking your weak f7 square. But now, you can play the move pawn to g6, since they cannot take the pawn on e5 anymore. They're gonna drop back to f3, attacking the weak f7 pawn again. And you can either offer them a queen trade, completely shutting down all of their attacks, or you can play knight to f6, setting them up for another trap. Because now, if they don't play knight to e2 or c3, and let's say they play knight to c3, now you can jump your knight to d4, attacking both the queen and the pawn on c2. If they go queen to d3 protecting the pawn, or queen to d1 protecting the pawn, you can just develop normally and castle your king to safety and play normally from there on. But what happens if they play a tricky move like queen to g3? Well, you can still take the pawn here, their king has to move and you take the rook, and even though they take here with check, you can block it off with the queen. And it doesn't really matter that they take your pawn on c7, because you can just develop normally, or you can trade off this pawn, winning another one, and also at the same time threatening to bring your knight out again. Now they only have one correct move, and from there on you can easily win the game. But what happens if your opponent does play knight to e2 in this position? Well, then you're just gonna develop normally, bring your king to safety, and play normally from there on. Because they're gonna develop and you're gonna attack their queen, trying to expand on the king side, attacking on the queen side, and from there on you have much higher chances of winning the game instead of when you're blundering your rook in one move. If you do not know how to convert these positions into winning endgames, well, I have covered that in another video on my YouTube channel. So, I recommend you subscribing and also checking other videos. Good luck!